Good evening, my friends, and welcome once again to the Mask Fan Attic above Horror Hotel, where we look for cool, interesting old Halloween masks for the viewing enlightenment of all my fellow Halloween geeks and Halloween freaks out there. Now, tonight I do see one just within eye shot here. Let me just get this guy. Look at this. Goodness gracious me, what a fun mask this is. This is called Dead Man's Party, just like the old Oingo Boingo song, Dead Man's Party. And it makes sense because he's a skull, which would seem to indicate the presence of a dead man when you see a skull. And he's clearly going to a party because he has his little clown hat on, his little Halloween black and orange, and he has his little Sir Walter Raleigh collar here. So this guy is from Don Post Studios, and he seems to have slipped through the cracks. No, not the ones in the attic, the ones, figuratively speaking, the metaphoric cracks in the consciousness of Halloween buyers and collectors, because, well, he came out in the 2006 season, I believe, but he was only around for a year or two before being unceremoniously discontinued. I'm not sure why. I would guess that he was not a good seller during that brief time he was offered, which is kind of puzzling, if not baffling, because what a great mask this is. Don't you think? Sure you do. It's got stenciled on confetti for the party aspect, and as a skull, it's a fine sculpture, and it's also pretty nicely painted, and it's got this sort of antiqued wash to it that gives it a very vintage, old school look. Now, maybe this guy didn't catch on because he was a little bit ahead of his time. Maybe since 2006, it seems like maybe there has been a renewed interest among the general populace in vintage Halloween and retro Halloween collectibles. So if they came out with this guy today, maybe he would have been more popular than he was way back in the golden age of 2006, when he didn't seem to even make a ripple, and people didn't care. But how unfair that is. You know, he was smiling for you and everything, and wore his little hat and his little mask, and people didn't buy him and put him in their collections. Just sad, I think. But you know, when I get my time machine perfected, when I finally achieve the real full power of time travel, I think I'll go back to 2006 and change history so that this guy is part of a series. There'll be a line, because imagine if you took this same hat and put it on some other sculptures to go with this one, like a pumpkin with a hat and a mask, a big black cat with maybe his eye mask would be orange, you sculpt it on, and he would have a big open red mouth, like the old black cats and the old pumpkins looked in vintage Halloween, like from the 1940s and 50s. Wouldn't that have been great? Pumpkin, and maybe a witch, like an old lady with warts and a big nose and chin, you know, all done in the same style with this collar and the hats. Only maybe on the hats, instead of painting them all black and orange checkerboard like the Dead Man's Party mask looks, maybe I would do one with black and orange spots, and one with spirals, and one with, oh, well, you know what I'm getting at. But anyway, maybe that would have done it, but he didn't catch on. Now, I don't know if you can see this on your monitor, but he has black mesh fabric in the eye holes, so when you wear it, people can't actually see your eyes, and you just see his spooky eye holes. Now, the only complaint I have, yeah, there is one caveat with this guy. The black paint used on the mask, for some reason, isn't really rubberized mask paint, which means every time you flex the black part here, it cracks like crazy. Now, it doesn't fall off, it just cracks. So it actually looks fine when it's on display, just when you're stretching it and flexing it, it gets a million little spiderweb cracks in there. So just something to keep in mind. It may be something you want to repaint or cover it with fabric or flocking or something to, you know, fix that, prevent that from being a problem. But great looking mask, beautifully sculpted and painted and beautifully designed, I think. I don't know who designed it, but I'm very impressed because it's a cool thing. And look for it on eBay or from your favorite used mask dealer or old mask dealer. And you know, with that, this attic is such a mess. This is ridiculous. There's so much junk up here, so much stuff. Sometimes there's stuff that I don't even know where it came from. Like, I have no idea, seriously, how this got up here, or where it came from, or how it came to be here. But, well, you should fear me and find me intimidating. What do you think? More intimidating? Yes, I thought so. Fear me, humans, and see me again next time in the Mask Fan Attic.